Hi, it is DaamnKam coming to you live from the state of Hawaii. Got a little bit of extracurricular reading going on here next to the ocean. This book is actually hard to find. I do have the first edition, not Ram Dass, Bhagavan Das, talking about Maharaji. This is an excerpt I read this morning I thought was very appropriate. Nobody knew where Maharaji was from. He just showed up around 1955 or so in the Kumin Mountains. Some people claim to have known him for 50 years. There was always this mystery around who he was, where he came from, and how old he was. He looked like he was anywhere from 80 to 100, but he moved like a 20-year-old man. He was not feeble in any sense. You got the feeling he could pick up a whole mountain and hold it up in the air. Many thought he was an incarnation of the monkey god Hanuman. Some say they'd seen his body grow really huge, and others claimed they'd seen him shrink down very small. And then, of course, there were those who'd swore they'd seen him with a tail. Maharaji kept me with him continuously for 6 years. I went everywhere with him. When he traveled in a car, I'd be in the back seat while he rode in the front. We would make the rounds of all the different devotees' houses. There were always feasts. I gained 20 pounds those first few months. Everyone was always so happy to see Maharaji. The moment he'd arrive, the festival would begin. All the mothers would get the pots of curry going. The food would start happening as the tea was poured. It was all so happy and festive. I went from being in a cloistered monastery to living a total life in one leap. Maharaji was completely in the world, just like Jesus. He was in the bazaar all the time, mingling with his devotees. He would walk through their houses and eat everyone's food. I was barefoot, had my white clothes on, carried my blanket. I felt so at home. Whatever state Maharaji was in, he was continually repeating Ram. Ram means God. All the time he would repeat Ram. He never stopped. Everywhere. Everyone flipped over him. When Maharaji would walk into the bazaar, people would fold down around him. They were on the street with their heads at his feet. He's here, he's come, he's here. All the businesses shut down instantly, and everybody ran out into the street. All the kids raced after him. There was no form to this holiness. That's what was so strange. There was no temple, no organization. He just constantly kept wandering and eating. I remember going to a wedding with him. He consumed 5 or 6 different huge meals, one after the other. It seemed impossible to eat that much food, but he'd relish each bite. Then someone would bring him a tray of heaping plates, an 8-course meal, and he'd eat the whole thing and start the next one. The night after the wedding, he had brought me to him. I sat in the room with him all night. He just lay there. I sat up against the wall meditating, and he started to snore. The moment Maharaji started snoring, I fell into this incredible bliss. So incredible, it causes me to drop the damn book. Right when we get to the important part. There must have been a reason for that. But that was the night that Bhagavan Das claimed his soul was impregnated by his master. And he claims the union between devotee and master is stronger than any union made of man. Now, I didn't do nearly the illustrious, colorful job that Bhagavan Das did. If only I wouldn't have dropped the damn book when it came to that part. Maybe once I get my recording equipment, I might do a professional read of this as an audiobook for those who are interested in Maharaji. This is Ram Dass's guru, Bhagavan Dass's guru, and so many others across Eastern and Western India, as well as the states from the 70s forward when Maharaji was introduced. Or should I say the West was introduced to Maharaji. Piece of what it should be. DaamnKam.